I'm going to talk about 3 random ideas for a hypothetical Kung Fu Panda What If TV show. So without further ado, let's go! What if the Furious 5 turned evil? One of my favourite parts from Shafil's Productions video was essentially commenting on how Tai Lung really turned evil because he was born and raised and essentially groomed into being told he'd be the Dragon Warrior, and then completely flipping the table once he ended up not getting it. You know, very Tyler Durden.
We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't.
Who denied me my destiny?
Sort of going off of that, in a way, what happened with Tai Lung, being told you'd be the Dragon Warrior, not getting the position, kind of happened with literally all of the Furious 5 in the span of one movie. You know, they were all competing with each other and training on the grounds that one of them would be the Dragon Warrior. So in a sense, you basically have 5 Tai Lungs right there. So with that in mind, it would be pretty interesting to see what would happen if the 5 turned evil for this reason. You know, would they team up with Tai Lung? Would they still fight against Tai Lung? How would they try to rub Po out of the picture? Lots of interesting things that I'm sure more talented writers could go through if they had the opportunity. What if Shen? But guns? Why would Shen use guns? Because he literally has fireworks with gunpowder built for the purpose of mass intergalactic destruction. Just what would it look like if a Kung Fu Panda character carried a gun, started doing some John Woo type tricksy revolver ocelot stuff with it? But that's not my idea for my idea of the basics pitch of the video. Shen invents guns and cannot use them in the slightest. To the point, I mean, look at him. He has feathers for hands. Even his claws are like very, you know, grippy talons. If they made guns as they are wielded by human hands today, the whole joke would essentially be, I have finally created the ultimate weapon to defeat all Kung Fu. And yet, every time he tries to put his little claw in the trigger, he can't pull it back without getting himself stuck on it and then accidentally blowing off one of his subordinates or something.
Phrasing?
You don't even have to stop at Shen. Maybe some of the rhinos and gorillas try to use it, but they can't get their finger through the trigger. Or maybe the wolfy guy with the vaguely humanish proportions, like, gets his fur stuck on it and just shenanigans ensue. Maybe Shen considers giving the guns to the pig people with possible maybe have opposable thumbs, I don't remember, and then they realise, no, arming the citizens so that they can revolt against you is a bad idea actually if you're a despot. What if the pandas beat Shen? Without guns, if you can believe it. I love a good farce. Which is to say, it would be really hilarious if the soothsayer's prophecy of it would take a warrior of black and white to bring harmony to the world, and that ended up being incredibly difficult to verify because there would be an entire clan of black and white people, as in, like, black and white people, not black and white people. I think there's even an anime based on this concept, you know, the Chosen One has to bring peace to the realm, yet the Chosen One's had like 1,000 sons and there's 1 billion different loosely related relatives, so hardy ha ha, who's going to save the world? I guess no one will know. Not to mention, if the pandas did actually beat Shen, then that would kind of mean the events of the second movie don't take place. Maybe Po finds them somehow, maybe he doesn't end up with Ping in the first place, maybe he doesn't find out about the Furious 5 at all. What would his life look like then? What would the ramifications of the Panda clan still existing and possibly having chi abilities do to the Kung Fu Panda world. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please follow the social media handles showing up on screen for Birdcage, where you can see trailers, teasers, and other interesting content. The Collective, a podcast series run by a couple friends of mine. You can find them over on Anchor and Spotify. Their YouTube also has a couple interesting interviews with authors like Rin Chapeko and Natanya Barron. I'm looking forward to your thoughts, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to stay notified.
By the way, occasionally on this show I use smoking and fire as metaphors for fascism, but in this episode I am talking about fascism.
Enchanté.